Next we have is enable partition discovery. This is also a very important feature. Enable partition discovery. Okay. So basically, let's first go inside the pipeline area. I will hit on new, and this feature you will only see in copy activity. This is one mandate. Second mandate is this option you would be able to see inside the source. Okay. So for example, let's just pull some of the data sets, input data set. For example, we have cars input. This is already created data set. Okay. What kind of data set it is? It is of CSV type data set. Okay. And as we have seen, this is the option coming, enable partition discoveries, partitions discovery. And we need to understand what it is actually. So if you put your cursor here, you can read through. So it is saying specify whether to parse the partition from file path and add them as additional source column. I'm 100% sure you are not able to understand what it is written. Okay, so it's looking very complex, but let me explain you in a much better way. Okay, so right now I'm having a container which is known as company, right? So company is my input container. And within this company, we have three subfolders. And the subfolders are company equal to essential. Okay. This is the name of subfolder. You will be surprised that why I have written these names like company equal to Accenture, company equals to IBM, and company equals to Infosys, right? So the problem is, this option work with only these kind of naming conventions. Just wait, you will get to know the entire concept. Okay. Because in normal, if I'm creating any folder within my laptop, what I will do? I will create a name folder company, and within that folder, I will create then three folders, and I will rename this as Accenture, IBM, Infosys. I will not write company equals to this and this, right? And within this company equals to Accenture, I have again created subfolder with name as department equals to HR, department is equals to IT, department is equals to sales. Okay. And within that, I have kept my file. Okay. Got it? So why I have done this? Because you have to wait for a moment. Let me give you an example. So we have something known as department equals to HR. And within HR, we have employee one as a CSV file. And in this employee one, we have two columns, employee ID and employee name. Okay, very interesting. So we have some employee IDs like one, we have Pooja, something like that. You can just imagine. Okay. And with this option, what I am trying to fetch is I want to add additional columns like company name, and I want to add department name for Pooja. So right now we have only these two columns, but I want to add additional columns. And with the help of these folder hierarchy, this is the folder hierarchy. Okay, so this is the powerful feature we have in Azure. So for example, if I click on this employee table, you can see there are two columns, employee ID, employee name. That's it. But I want to move this data from this input container, okay, from my output container, and I want to store the data in such a way that it is not storing only these two columns, but it will store additional columns also, like company name and department name. Did you understand the concept? So enable partition discovery will help me to do that. Okay. 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 So now going back to the exercise. So what we will do, uh, we have this company folder in the same way. Now we will go to pipeline. Okay. And let's create fresh pipeline for this. So I will hit on these three dots. I will hit on new. I will write this PL underscore enable partition, right? Something like that I have mentioned. Okay. Then again, I will go to copy activity. I will go to source. It will create the data set. Click on Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Obviously, so we have a data available in folders, right? Folders and subfolders. So we are not pointing to any specific file. Okay, so here the data is lying within folders and subfolders. So I want to fetch the data from entire folders and subfolders, right? So I will give the location of container. So my container will contain CSV file. So I can write this ds underscore company. However, I have created this already, but I'm just going to create company input. Okay. Then AD less than 2. Then I will use this company because this is the folder. This is the container where all my folders and subfolders are stored. So I will hit on OK. I'm not going to select any specific folder or specific file. Why? Because I want to store all the data, right? So only container name I have kept. And obviously import schema should be none because I'm not importing any structure. I'm not pointing to any file. Okay. So I will hit on OK. So you can see once again, because I have selected specific folder, specific container. So this file path type should be changed. It cannot be file path in the dataset because I have not provided any path of the file in the dataset. Never I have created any list and uploaded this list. So I will use this wildcard file path option, and this is automatically coming as star. It means it will use everything. Okay, got it. Now what I will do, I will click on this enable discovery, and as soon as I click here, this will ask me partition root path. So what is the meaning of partition root path? I will tell you. So for example, this is our actual container from where we have to move the data. Okay. So if I am selecting this actual container as a partition root path, it will start, because what is our requirement? Our requirement is to achieve this concept, company and department name. Okay. Additionally, and company name would only come from the description of these folders. So first mandate is we have our folder naming should be like this. The description should be like this. Company equals to Accenture. If our pipeline read this description, my pipeline can identify that I need to, create one column name as company, and within that column I have to fill Accenture. Okay. And if my pipeline go inside this, the pipeline will again see there is a department. So again, what he will do, again, pipeline will create another column with the name department. And because of this, it will say HR, 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 IT, IT, IT. Agree? So this is the very important and powerful features. So you need to rename in this way. Okay. So basically you have to first select the root path. So you will browse it. You will go once again to the company, and you will not go inside this. Okay, you will just click on OK, because otherwise if you go inside this, what will happen? It will skip company, it will only add your department, and we will check that also, right? So for example, if I go inside company, right, so the my pipeline will start looking, the folder which is available within this folder. So it will not create any company column, right? So I'm not going inside it, but I will be going to the our partition name company. Okay, I will hit on OK. So my source is ready. Now what is my sink? So I need to create a sink as well. So let me create AD less than 2. Again, I will hit on CSV. And what I will do, I will create a new data set with the name ds underscore enable partition, okay, output, something like that. Okay. So guys, give me a moment. I have to connect to the charger. Okay. So we have provided our name of the dataset, output dataset. We have selected our link services. Now here I can just create a new container on the fly, and I will write this. Let's write this ABC output. Okay, something like that. OP. I can write this ABC out, something like that. Okay. So I want to create on the fly. So I will hit on none. Obviously, I'm not importing any schema. And as you know, for sync options, we usually choose this option as a none. I will hit on OK. And let's change the extension of the file as .csv, because all files are is in CSV only. Okay. Now it's a time to debug. So I'm going to debug this, and let's wait for this to be completed. So you can see that there are 2 times we have triggered this. No, this was not the one. You can see this is the one. This is the company. Okay, this is the, and if we see this data, this is having company name as Essential and department as HR. So for HR files, it's done. Now let's check for other files as well. For IT, you can go to this. So for IT also it is done within the Essential folder. Okay. And for sales also it is done, I believe. So did you understand the option of recursively? Sorry, enable partition discovery. Now let's go and change this one more time. Okay. And this time I'm going to delete this one. Let's delete this because I want to change the hierarchy. Now this time I don't want company detail. I want only ID and employee name and department name, and how it can be achieved. However, this company is there, but I directly want department. That's it. Only department. Okay. So what I will do, I will go to source, and instead of company, because I will again go to the root folder. I will go inside the company, and within that company, I will go inside company essential. Okay. So this time, this will take the information directly within these, first it will go to this location. So once this location ADF pipeline were inside, the ADF pipeline will see there are three folders which says department is equals to HR, department equal to IT, and department equal to sales. So what it will do, it will only create one additional column, that is department. It will not create any additional column, that is known as essential, right? Like this. So let me trigger this. Showing failed message, but actually it is not failed. Let's refresh it. Where is the output file? Let me check. But this is given, right? This was given. Okay, I triggered it again because this was given.